Welcome back to Empowered Esquire TV. And here you are looking at a picture of Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee Simmons in better days. Today we are going to discuss this Russell Simmons v. Kimora Simmons lawsuit, and also we are going to have a conversation about witness credibility and whether or not Kimora Lee Simmons really stands a chance at defending herself against this lawsuit. Now, let's first get into what exactly it is that Russell Simmons is suing Kimora Lee Simmons for. Here we go. According to page 6, Russell Simmons is alleging that Kimora Lee Simmons and her husband Tim Lesner conspired to transfer $4 million of his Celsius shares stock to their accounts to help pay for Tim Lesner's legal and bail fees. For those of you who might be unaware, Tim Lesner is facing money laundering charges. Russell Simmons then goes on to state, "I am shocked and saddened to see how your side, i.e. Kimora Lee Simmons and Tim Lesner, has behaved in response to my repeated attempts to get an agreement from you to rightfully and legally reaffirm my 50% of the Celsius shares, which have been locked up with the government after being used for your husband's bail money. This, by the way, having been done under an illegal transfer of my funds that I had no knowledge of and would have never agreed to." In 2018, when Russell Simmons was being accused of rape and sexual assault, Kimora Lee Simmons made this statement: "I have known Russell for over 25 years. We were close friends, married, divorced, and have remained friends, co-parents, and partners throughout it all." She then said, "These allegations against him are nothing like the person I have known in all that time. I have known him to be caring and supporting and someone who has worked tirelessly to uplift disenfranchised communities." On May 21st, 2021, Kimora Lee Simmons gave this statement to People regarding Russell Simmons suing her and her now husband, Tim Lesner. Simmons says, "Kimora and her children are shocked by the extortive harassment coming from her ex-husband, Russell Simmons, who has decided to sue her for shares and dividends of Celsius stock in which Kimora and Tim Lesner invested millions of dollars." Kimora's legal team went on to say, "This is an ill-advised attempt by Russell to use the legal system to access funds he is in no way entitled to, and which his own legal team confirms Russell did not pay for." Kimora's statement then goes on to say, "Russell's continued aggressive behavior not only blatantly distorts the facts, but is simply a desperate PR ploy, ignoring the years of mental and emotional anguish, gaslighting, and ongoing harassment he has inflicted on Kimora." Okay, so now let's have a real conversation about this. Now, in the law, there is something called witness credibility. Well, that means that any jury or any fact finder, even if it is a judge trial or a bench trial, that person or those people are going to consider the credibility of all of the witnesses. Now, when you talk about witness credibility, you talk about the actual credibility of the person. So you talk about things like their reputation, their history, their penchant for being either, truthful or untruthful. So now that leads us to Kimora Lee Simmons, right? In 2018, Russell is a saint. In 2018, Russell Simmons is your friend and he's great and he's wonderful. And now in 2021, he's someone who has been abusing you for years. He is this horrible person who does anything for PR ploys. He is someone who's trying to take money from you and your husband that does not belong to him. As you can see, these two narratives are two very, very different pictures of who Russell Simmons is. And so that leaves you with two options. It leaves you with either between 2018 and 2021, Russell Simmons became a totally different person, or between 2018 and 2021, Kimora Lee Simmons developed some motivation for which she needed to change her opinion of Russell Simmons, right? Again, I am not going to say whether either of those are true, right? I wouldn't know. I wasn't there. But when we explore the legal basis here and what's going to happen in this lawsuit between Russell Simmons and Kimora Lee Simmons, it is essential that we talk about what she has publicly said about Russell. And undoubtedly, her credibility as a witness is going to be in jeopardy because she has always sung his praises, and it isn't until he sues her that she then says he's this horrible person. So it is going to be argued by his attorneys, more than likely, that she is biased, that she's only saying that he's abusive, that she's only saying that he's this horrible person because he's asking her to run him his money, right? So on the issue of witness credibility, Kimora Lee Simmons has a problem on her hands. Now, is there anything she can do to get out of this problem? Why, yes, there is. So there is, for those of you who are unfamiliar with domestic violence, there is a psychological condition that is called the battered women syndrome. It is possible that if Kimora Lee Simmons can establish, as she says, these years of abuse, she can argue that she was so heavily abused for so many years that she was in a place of such tremendous fear that she has never been able to speak the truth about Russell until now. Again, she would have to substantiate, perhaps by medical records, photographs, and witnesses, proof that she has been abused by Russell Simmons for years. But if she can establish that, she can overcome this quick change in her opinion of Russell Simmons, because then she can argue that what she said in 2018 was not in fact genuine, that she said what she said about Russell at that time and praised him so because she was actually in fear. So what say you? Do you think that Kimora Lee Simmons' credibility will be an issue for her in defending herself against this lawsuit? Let me know in the comments below. Until next time, see you later on Empowered Esquire TV.